Good evening, everyone. I'm Tassinix, and welcome to Season 67, 5 vs. 5 Grand Arena Championship, Week 2, Round 1. My opponent is another Aurodium here, so, I've already done the needful and blown through here, but that's why it's such a privilege to be joined by one of my patrons tonight, who's bringing us a very interesting match within the top 50 of Kyber 1. But before we get too much further, good evening, Vestara Khai. How are you doing?
We're doing good. Looking forward to a good fight tonight.
Yeah, you're coming through loud and clear. I absolutely love it. Fantastic. Hey, and I see what you just sent me. Okay. Nice. All right. Well, before we review details about the matchup, let's go ahead and get ready to start the prediction. I'll get the music. What kind of odds you want to give the people tonight?
It's got to be one or less.
Oh, okay.
So if we want to win, it's got to be one or less.
Okay, I feel that. Less, 2 or more. Okay, let me pull up the stuff that you sent me earlier. And I did pull the full Omega bot before we get there. Let's see here. Okay, Vestara Khai versus Reigns Onassis. I've fought this guy in the past. It's been a while, but I remember him. I do. All right, Vestara here in Clones Unleashed versus Schwartz Holiday Special. Rank 47 fighting rank 44. Vestara is 14.1 million GP to the opponent's 15. Top 80 GP is 3.05 to 3.13 million. Zetas, it's 384 to 401. GAC Omicrons, 77 to 82. Top 80 average speed, 153 to the opponent's 162. So it's a 9 average gap. It's not great, but beatable. Bot analysis. For plus 25s, Vestara has 186 to the opponent's 245. 20 to 24 speeds, it's 261 to 441. Plus 20 speeds, 447 to 686. Plus 4% offense mods, 108 to 192. Plus 6% offense mods, 41 to 57. Much closer. We can live with that. By the way, how's everybody in the chat doing tonight? Let me make sure the chat's on. Hey, Vin, good to see ya. Hey, good to see you, Jay. Yeah, always my pleasure to stream these. Really such a pleasure to have patrons that are also so skilled to have high-level matches like this to cover. So, we're all winning here. We're all winning. All right, let's see here. Total relic levels. The star coming in with 1966. The Reigns 2229. Relic 9s, it's 47 to 85. Relic 8s, 74 to 108. Relic 7s, 89 to 62. Datacron analysis, total rerolls. The star is 301 to the opponent's 378. Not too far apart, actually. It's kind of nice. Level 9 Datacron, 64, tied for both. And nobody's messing with anything less than level 9. Oh, nice. Hey, Sheepdog, good to see you. Already have a few patrons in the chat, man. Thank you, guys. Good to see y'all. All right. Let's take a look at the Galactic Legends. Okay, everybody's got a good setup on Ray. Okay, still. Oh. Jay's nice. Okay. Are you still rocking the crit damage triangle?
Yes, yep.
Yep. Where are you at for the Lord Vader clones? How you doing with
that? So modding wise, it really hasn't affected my mods just because everybody's using the same thing regardless of what you put on them. It's just like, it's either going to take an Executor, a Leia, or, well, there's some new things for round 2, but like if they're going to use those any of those GLs, it just, you can tank your LV all the way and it won't matter.
just a little more. Don't change a thing on your end. You're coming through just bright and clear. I just got to take you down just a couple.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, maybe I wasn't clear with my question. But, I forgot what it was now. Double, Soka. Crazy there. I like that there's a lot of green over here for you. Wow, really fast. Exile. Interesting. Okay, you push for high tenacity. Fast. This is more like a fatal built BKM. Lots of speed.
Not really. I don't remember if I have a speed and health, but like, I wasn't trying to push BKM. She was just basically set at 3. She's been set at 300 since I got her.
Got you. Okay, nice 10k offense, Dre. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
A fun one. Okay, like the Reva. Yeah, like everything else. I'm good. Looking good. Wow, that's a nasty Malicos it is. Okay, nice. I see you have personal. Yeah? This yours?
Yeah, if that's mine, that's my personal one.
Very nice.
I don't know when was the last time I updated it, though.
Very nice.
Oh, it's been a while.
Great numbers, though. Okay. Let's take a look at the OmegaBot report. And the good news is, this is live data, so we're really looking at true thing for the season. There we go. Okay, so Reigns looks like he attacks very early. He just wants to get it done. Look, if he has to, he'll get started, clean it up close to close. As far as speed graph goes, yeah, Reigns is coming in on top for most of it. They get competitive towards about 27 speed. That's about it. Okay. Banner efficiency here for this last week. While most of Reigns' attacks were 65, 63, and 62, his opponents were getting more 65s than he was, and definitely way more 60. Him on 63, 62, but interesting. So it may suggest a light defense. That's kind of what I think. We'll find out. All right, defenses that Reigns was setting. Rey Swallow Exile Ezra, Jabba Nest, Ahsoka Watt, Kelleran Beck, Fugitive Omega, Aphra, Trench, General Grievous, Bane, Lord Vader, and then some less likely stuff. Executor, Malevolence, Raddus on defense. If it's not Raddus, it's a surprise Leviathan. What might we expect to see bottom front? Rey Swallow Exile Ezra, Ahsoka with Watt, Bane, and Lord Vader, most likely. Okay. Now, as far as what he was using on offense last week, Slacker, Leia, Great Mothers, JMK Cat, Sith Eternal, Gungans, BKM, Traya, Queen Amidala, and then other stuff. Got a few dropped attacks, though. Take a look at the teams in particular just below, but he's using Profundity, Leviathan, and Negotiator like clockwork for fleet offense. Crazy there. All right, he has dropped on 1 Lord Vader, 1 Aphra, and that's it. So this means that these must have been cooldown pulls between these 2 drops. That's... What does that mean?
Well, I can tell you that Aphra was like an actual loss.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was Gungans or someone else, but it was like he went in with something and it just failed miserably. He had to clean up with something else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, those are his only drops, and he had nothing dropped on fleet. So, damn. All right. Let me get back into the chat. Hey, Brew Guy. Charlie called and said you need to return Willy Wonka's hat. I'll never part with this hat. Not willingly. Fight me. We'll fight for the control of the hat. All right, let's see where we're at with the prediction. It says you guys got about a minute left. where we at? All right, I won't say until we're done. But I'll give you guys here another 30 seconds, okay? I'm going to cut it off just a little early so it's not so much dead air. How you feeling about it, though, Vestara? Confident?
I'd say like 85%. There's 1 or 2 fights that I'm waffling on what to take, but it basically, if those 1 or 2 go the way that I need them to, the rest of the board will sweep up nicely.
All right, a few seconds to go. Get in those votes. What do you guys think? 1 or less, 2 or more? Or Vestara? All right. So, 1 or less is 67%. 2 or more is 33%. Find out. Yeah, let me go ahead and stream from your end, and I'll pull it on over into my view. There we go. Just so. Yeah, that part's good. All right, I can see your screen now, so you're good. So yeah, talk to us about your defense, and then take us through, the opponent's defense. And we'll start at your will.
So Reigns, he did attack early, so he's gotten through my whole bottom, so I can actually go through everything here. Front bottom, I got Bane, Jabba, Aphra, and Traya. We did get a very nice Aphra hold. I was really waffling on the Aphra on whether to put Chrysanthemum in there or not, but I really kind of wanted to stress his QA use. So if you have Chrysanthemum in Aphra, it's going to draw a different counter most likely than without it. So I was able to pull the Chrysanthemum into Jabba instead, and kind of make him a couple more choices about what he was likely to use based off of what he's used on it before. It worked out nicely getting the hold on the Aphra, which is the only hold we got. And then in the back, ended up with Ahsoka Watt, Rey Ezra, and SLKR.
Yep.
The thing about running SLKR that I think that I was trying here is that the counters that you're going to run against SLKR, if you can get the Bane and JMK out of the way in the front, which was, the goal of having Aphra, Jabba, and Bane up front. So if we can pull those 2 there, then SLKR is way harder to fight than throwing clones, because most people are going to save the stuff for the clones anyways. So the counters are a little bit different if you do it that way. I wasn't really expecting anything from Ahsoka Watt because, he actually has a clocked GM, so I was expecting GM to go there. And then Rey Ezra, that's just a roll of the dice on what he ends up using there. Up top, I got Bad Batch, Gas, Bo, and GG. I figure if he uses Gungans in the bottom front, then he has to try something different for GG, but we'll see if he ended up actually using Gungans and if that actually even does anything. But
I think that the good news, the light at the end of the tunnel, is that when set 20 expires here for the GG Cron, you have the new one from set 21, which, if you have the Riposte level 6, is a bigger problem for Gungans.
Yeah, definitely. Then, well, I won't pull up the fleets, but
Good call.
we did get the 1 hold, so I have a little bit of wiggle room, but I'm still trying to go for no drops here. Bottom front for him, he's got Aphra Chrysanthemum, Ray Ezra. This is an interesting one on his Ray Ezra. He's running Sortie and Zalbar. The Zalbar, I've fought with Leia before and it went fine. It's just the Sortie that I'm not sure what it's gonna do.
Yeah, it's gonna cover Ben.
Yeah.
Sortie's gonna VIP Ben.
I just wonder how much different. So like most people, I've done it with GK Zal. So I wonder if, you know, the covering the Ben is going to make it harder than running than just going through GK. So that's the one question fight that, like, if I can get through that one clean, then everything else should fall into place. He did put Saw on defense, which, you know, first inclination is to run Dad Bod here, which has really, really good stats with the exception of the comp he set, which was Cassian K2. The K2 is the real. Oh yeah, it was just that the Cassian K2 combo brings it. I mean, it's only 7 battles, but it's a 57% versus everything else running like 100%. So.
I wonder what about it makes it so dangerous. Probably the amount of damage that take between turns if you get a lot of debuff stacked on you, and then Cassian uses his third, something like that.
That's a possibility. Go ahead.
I've heard that Cara Dune is really dangerous because a lot, Saw, Luthen, Rex, Kyle, and Cara Dune has proven to be pretty dangerous for City, even big City. So that's. Well, not City. I'm sorry, I keep saying Sidious. I mean Dad Bod Fennec. So, that's, I can understand, though, if you don't want to risk it. I wouldn't want to drop, so.
Right. Then just generic gas with 15% on the bottom there.
How do you think you want to handle that one?
I'm going to run Zori, Finn Zori. I'm like 90% on that.
Dig that.
Because I would like to go C solo, but it's with having a drop in that little bit of space, it's not worth running the like coin flip on the C solo, and I don't have my Zalbar Kron to prop up Sith Eternal for this one.
Do you happen to have a lot of potency on that enemy Kron, on that gas Kron? Can you feasibly Gar ISC that?
I cannot. No, my Gar IC is not. They're not up to snuff for this. I was trying to get it.
Okay, you mean just like gear wise, they're not up to it.
Yeah. I need a couple more relics, and I just don't have. I don't have the mods on them to really pull it off either. So, but that's a future project. Mm-hmm. Up top, we're going to do LV full clones. He's got Scorch and Applecron. We got Ahsoka with Watt. I'm set up to do Night Sisters here. Should be a 15%, so I think it should run nicely.
Tank revive. She is going to revive, by the way. This is a great thing to get clear. You know, you're thinking how Doom prevents revive, but specifically against GLs, the effect is limited to just that text about what it says it does, and among which is not the no revive. So he will revive here, but you'll have plenty of time to kill her. I've just seen this done earlier today on Discord.
All right, that's good to know. Bin Zori, I got a couple ways to take care of that, and then Malgus with HK Kron, which is a little bit different because we normally see it with the tank revive and stuff like that, but
yeah,
DI,
it's interesting because
HK
it fulfills everything about it being Sith Empire, but it breaks the part that gives the bonuses for being all Sith. But that HK Kron I really haven't been seeing, so I think that is cool. How you thinking you want to deal with that?
See, I'm probably going to do either a Jedi split, so JML won't be in there. Depending on how it kind of depends on how I handle Lord Vader, but it's either a Jedi split or Bane, depending on what I have left over.
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, if you're not otherwise needing Sith Eternal, like, C-Watt set would ace that, right?
Yes, and this is the trouble I had looking through this, is Watt is on my Ahsoka. So all the normal C-Watt stuff is like, oh.
Whatever, C set, yeah, anyway, I mean, we can find a way through it with Sith Eternal if any of the other options become needed elsewhere.
Yeah. So lined up first, it's going to be the Rey Saw combo because JMK on Aphra, even though it has Droidica, I think JMK is pretty much just slam dunk there. So I'm not worried too bad of that.
Yep.
For Rey, I'm debating whether to do Leia or Cere, and it's basically one on each. I think it's best to go Leia on Rey and then Cere on Saw. The banners for Cere on Saw aren't that great, but it just probably feels more comfortable running the Leia against the Rey.
Yeah, the one thing you got to watch out for is that the Zalbar Omicron says that he's just going to keep enemies out of stealth, so you don't get to hide and keep your Drogon hidden. So that's the one disadvantage. I could see why you were considering Cere, because Cere doesn't care about that, but I agree with all of your reasoning for how you want to do that split between Rey and Saul. No problem.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start there.
And do you yourself have Lord Vader clones? I saw your Lord Vader there.
I do. I have LV clones. So it's... I was originally planning on doing LV Bane against Lord Vader.
Yeah,
because I mean it worked in 3s, so I was looking to try it out in 5s. But if I need Bane for something else, then I might do the Sana JML counter on it instead. Fair. But a large part of that's going to depend on what's in the back wall and what I need there. This is... Where's that? There we go.
Oh, that's a stunner. Beautiful.
And then... Okay, yeah, so and this is the Zalcron, so there's no TM. Right. So I'm not really worried about being behind, it's just running the light side.
Yep.
Okay, no stealth, and he's
do
going
you have,
to...
Heracron by chance?
Heracron is on my Rey.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Alright, best of luck to you, man. And, I know we've had you on the show before, but I'm assuming that, you're going to run your fight, and you just asked me if you have any questions. I don't want to step on your toes. Like, if I see you about to do something crazy, I'll try and call out to you, but otherwise I'll try not to step on your toes.
So the VIP is definitely going on Ben, yes, because everyone else here is a tank. And then probably normal Leia opening. But Drogon... Can Drogon kill Ezra on his opening shot?
It's not mission over if he doesn't. What's super important is that when you do smoke screen, you put it on Jin. I do recommend Jin and Raddus swap their positions right now, so it's easier just to target Jin with R2. Do you want her to take all of the exile and ability block and healing, all of that abuse? Like, let her take all of that, and shit, that's the rub though, right? I just remembered we got Zalbar there, so I'm not really sure how that's going. You won't be able to, when you do the Drogon logs at the beginning, you won't be able to ignore Zalbar, right? So you won't be able to target Ben and stun Ben.
Actually, does Zalbar give out his guard?
Check the crown again?
Or is that only...
You'd have to check the crown again. I don't...
Hunt... No, it's his Omicron.
I think the guard's only in 3 versus 3 for the 2. Guard mission.
Yeah, okay, alright, so there's no guard to worry about.
Nothing to worry about like that here.
Okay.
Big Ninja says, man, I'm hyped for the Dre Datacron next season. Bonus turns for her will be nuts. Yeah, somebody above said something about it. Yeah, Vin, you said, I'm kind of whelmed for the new Datacron set. Nothing really exciting. Stats seem to matter more than anything at first glance. Up to 450% defense is bonkers, though. Not a fan of that because it's just an arms race. The Krakens will all be min-maxing to get as close to that on 30 crons as possible. So not looking forward to that arms race coming back. We don't when this cron comes, fully into the scene, we'll have lost set 20, and with it, armor penetration to balance out the defense, at least for physical damage dealers. So I guess, thank God, there's offense on the set, to try and push through the defense. Yeah. I do need to take a look at the focus crons. I didn't read them all in terrible detail. I did look at the set, though, and I did look at the level 9s. I did like several of them. I think I agree that they're certainly more understated than the last couple of sets. But, yeah. I don't mind the new set so much. It is the defense I have the most concern about, though. I'm positive. All right. Any other questions before we get underway, man?
No, it's just going to be a matter of seeing it in action, I guess. So.
Yeah, I think your battle plan's still the same, in that you're still trying to pop Ezra. But if you don't pop him immediately, I think you're just trying to control Ben as much as possible where you can. And, keep pounding through. Just don't waste time. Don't let yourself stall out. Enemies can't gain defense up or stealth. See?
So, with that, is it probably better to just swap from Jin right to Drogon instead of Jin to R2?
Yes. Oh, very much so. Yes. Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, guys, the Dark Ray Cron is easily the best of them at first glance, so no disagreement for me. It looks good. I'm curious how much it's necessary. It's already like the best attacking team. Yeah, I guess it makes it a more interesting defense. We'll see. Does any of you guys in the chat think that something off rip forbids JMK or any particular counter? Yeah, that's fine. That's reasonable. Exactly. I don't know how much the stealth matters. It's up to you if you want to get the foresight on somebody, But
not yet.
Nice. This is still a reliable counter. If for no other reason than the AI is still dumb. Like, it's like, Jin is low. We must focus the Jin then. We can stun Ben? Yes, I like the stuff. Alright, that's fine too. Hey, Link, good to see you in the chat, man. All the patrons showing out. Feathers, good to see you, man. Empire lifts back. Yeah, advantage. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Feathers. Empire lifts back says, what up, Task? A streamer who rated you last stream was super intrigued with your version of GAC opponent breakdown and was curious how he would be able to use it too. Well, you've been here enough, Empire. You know about Omega Bot and Hot Utils, so I'm assuming he was curious more about Omega Bot. Share him the link to my server. I think he already signed to my channel, and I signed to his, if we're thinking of the same guy. But yeah, happy to teach him how to do that. Yeah, happy to help other countries too. All right, J Chung says 150% defense and 140% crit damage on a slacker squad, plus the Dark Ray bonus turns might make Bane a no-go. Okay. Okay, good to know. Yeah, please, Empire, do let him know. Send him my way, send him to my server, tell him to DM me. My Discord is just Tassinix, so I'm not hard to find. But yes, I'd be happy to teach him.
Beautifully done. Exactly as planned.
Beautifully done. You kept a cool head, and it worked just fine.
Get out of here.
Right. If you get another chance to go with Raddus, use that middle on him. Banner. Related reason.
This one's the one I want. Of course. Alright.
Meets expectations, but you're almost there to that turn.
Boom.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, that worked out nicely. Turns out that the VIP, didn't really feel like it did anything. So, Ben didn't seem stealth or anything, so I don't know.
Well, they don't get to hide from you either, because you're Leia. Leia forbids enemies stealth just as much as Zalbar forbids yours.
Oh, yeah.
So, nobody hides from anybody.
Alright, cool. Alright, so this one is supposed to be a little bit messy. No, I don't want to risk dad bod. As fun as it is, there's no point.
I won't pressure you into it. It's got to be something you have confidence in. Wouldn't want you to have an issue. Yeah, Big Ninja says, with that new Dracron, you also get stacking offense and speed. Anybody on the team kills anyone, and if she happens to kill and revive, it'll be a nightmare. Yes. Jay says, I guess if Bane or JMK have one of those 400% defense crons, it might neutralize the offense on the Dracron. I mean, everybody is going to be thinking that, but as a default, everybody's just going to be going after the defense anyway. There's going to be very few teams that you're going to want to post on defense, for which defense is just not going to be straight up the best possible stat. Like, only if you think the counter is a almost entirely true damage based team, I guess. I'm not excited for all this defense, not gonna lie, says Link. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's bad for the meta. I think for as many people that say they don't like the bulk meta, when you have protection and health on the stats, and then you'll have a light side and or dark side bulk level 3. A lot of folks don't like that. I think that's way less noxious than something like 450% defense on every team. So, that's my take. Kylo, hey, good to see you, man. I just got a level 15 Dad Bod Boba. Took him to Relic 4 before the lock. He's good versus who? I mean, I don't know if yours will be up to snuff against... I'm assuming most of your opponents are going to have more relics than that Dad Bod right now. You want to have roughly equivalent relics on your Dad Bod and Fennec to be feeling safe, but it's going to take on stuff like Saw, like just about any Saw team. If it happens to have Cara Dune on it, I would mind that. I would avoid that. But otherwise, I think I might take it on if I had the relics and mods. Check out, some of your other favorite players. Take a look how they've got it set up. I don't think there's just one way you have to mod them, but decently fast, as much offense as you can pack on them, I think. And yeah, I think, if you don't get a lot of use out of him here in 5s, you will in 3s. I don't know what else. Hello? I don't know what else. I just haven't experimented with it much in 5s. I've only had one legitimate match all season, so I can't really tell you. If it was 3s, I could tell you a few more, but yeah. Don't want to oversell it. So what are you thinking here, Cron-wise, man? Sorry to hold you up.
I was just assuming that buffs on basic, but I got pretty good damage stats on it. I also got a 15%, but this one's got a little bit more bulk. It just, I don't know how much the health is worth when Saw's going to be putting out the debuffs based on health anyways.
Yeah, well, first of all, the buffs level 3 is a big deal. I like that one a lot. You're going to get that on Malgus the first time he's getting called by anybody, So, I love the high offense skew, and if we don't find something better than that stat-wise, I'm fine with it. I personally prefer going for offense. Now, I know that doesn't help Maul's pushes so much, but it's going to matter a lot for the damage coming out of Malgus and Starkiller. If you happen to have something that's buffs level 3 with armor penetration, I would prefer that. But this Cron is absolutely doable.
Let's see, 6285. There's no offense on this one, but it's got... So basically I'm trading offense for armor pen on this one.
Sure, and how much offense was on that other one?
26.7.
Okay, yeah. The armor penetration and the crit damage is sizable. Plus, remember, we're having plus 50% offense just from the offense up. So the 19-ish% that we're leaving on the table from the other Cron, I'm okay with that. And remember, with Malgus, we ramp both offense and crit damage, but we don't ramp armor penetration. Armor penetration is a little more premium for us. So I'll leave it to you, but yeah, that's kind of the way I'd weigh it out.
Oh, that was important.
Ooh, that one's
okay.
That one's holy
that
shit.
One, I'm using that one for Great Mothers, so I can't use that.
That's completely fine, but that one is a badass.
All right, so we'll run the armor pen. 85 crits, nothing to sneeze at. Now the trick is, why does this work? Why does it not get blown out like Queen? There's nothing there.
I mean, he's the Dark Savior. Yeah, you have both on. You're cool.
Because I don't see anything about ignoring the percent health.
No, what I'm thinking it is, though, is he's going to follow it up immediately with his third, right? Like after he puts the bombs on you. And I want to say something's going to try and give you healing immunity, which is going to trigger everybody to have DI. I remember this being super safe. Like you having Maul and Starkiller is for like, as far as my memory goes, is hilarious overkill. I was doing this with like Cal and Fulcrum or Cal and really anybody else because it didn't feel like it mattered too much. Like Malgus just rips through these guys.
Okay. So yeah, we should be confident on this one. All right.
I would feel pretty shocked if we had anything but resounding success. Yes.
Okay.
Link says, Tass, you should set my defense the next round. I think it'd be funny. Some true chromium shenanigans. I mean, we can take a look at it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes of it. Kim, hey, good to see you. Good evening, Tass. Happy hump day, everyone who's fighting tonight. Yes, I've already taken care of. Oh my god, please don't.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
guess I'd hit him. don't feel bad about that.
Give me one more. Oh, didn't
That's
get the last
almost
one.
there. It was pretty good.
Nothing to do.
Wait. Oh, see. And now you don't get taunt. I think if you targeted the guy that was force marked, who had a debuff on him, the summon dude, I think that would have refreshed your taunt on basic. Anyway, just basic here. Hurts. Yep, there it is. Good call going after Kyle. Okay, you have made it to here. I would probably just do the triple tap and twirl myself. His old boy is ramping off all that anyway. No wrong way to eat a Reese. You know? Done this bastard. Alright, Kylo says, I own Zal, Aphra, and Dad Bod level 15 and got a 9 Sidious and Saw. Nice. You got good picks from this set. I like it. Yeah, Link, I'd try not to leave you in a bad position if I did set a defense for you, but you are wise to be concerned because I don't have a lot of experience with that level anymore. It's been a long time since my account was about that size, so 62, well done.
Yeah, that was a lot cleaner than I expected. I was thinking something 59, 58, so we saved a couple banners there. All right, then we do the freebie. I say that and hope it actually is. Is it? And then Droidica. Does Droidica do anything? I don't think so. Well, we'll find out, but...
No, he's just a dude. I mean, well, he fulfills the condition. And so, you know, if you're slow about killing the droids, he's just going to be another droid that comes back when she uses her middle. And so it just further stalls you out type of thing.
I can just insta-kill Chrysanthemum right off the bat, right?
You can. I think he gets to come back once regardless. We don't have a permakill, but here's what I would do. Don't use the... I guess you can smite immediately on Chrysanthemum, since she would bring him back anyway. Use it on the smite on Chrysanthemum so it's out of the way.
Well,
because
does it actually work on Chrysanthemum?
Yeah, because her Datacron there activates his thing where he revives.
Oh, okay.
Chrysanthemum's abilities trigger as though all allies were Hutt Cartel, which is what his unique specifies as the condition for him to revive when he's defeated. Like, if his leader was Hutt Cartel, then he gets to come back one. That's what his unique says. So this level 3 here is giving you a cheat on that.
There any... Well, so the other option would be to DI on Plo for the permataunt.
Yeah, so you don't have GK available, do you?
No, that's with my Ray.
You don't have any plans. So why do you prefer Plo to Mace?
So that's Mace is for the Jedi split versus Malgus if it comes down to that.
Okay, I got you.
Like I need him if I need that team.
So I personally think you don't need to worry too much about having a different tank. What I'm saying is I think it makes sense for you to still do third to Cat and then still smite Chrysanthemum anyway, because he is going to come back. Like, you're burning his revive from his unique, which you would have to go through anyway. So it's fine. So smite him immediately, and then let her use her middle, and then go and quickly kill all the sides again, and then kill her, right?
Yeah. Right. B1, B, yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try this. Okay.
Now, you may want to switch targets and move your damage around, because you see how it's taking you a while to kill even one. Okay, now lower him some more. But what I'm saying is like, it'd be nice that you prepared them all to be somewhat low health, such that right after she uses her middle again, then you can just punk them all, you know?
Okay.
I don't hate that.
This is a display. Oh.
Our next move. Support that strategy, Feathers. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thinking about it. Trying to be of help. Where is it? All right.
Okay, that's interesting. No Droidica revive.
Yeah, why is that? Is it because he's not a scoundrel? No, I don't think that should be it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Separatist. Oh, does she have a clause about non-separatist? She probably does. Otherwise, she busted.
Yeah, the damage is really ramped at this point.
Good calls here, trying to get your banners back. Ooh, I do third.
Okay.
Pretty good.
64. All right. Now, this is a fight that I have not done, but...
Oh, yeah? Okay, because I was going to say, I was looking forward to learning from somebody about this one. I don't run this too often. It's been a long time since I've ever attempted it.
Because there's no TM on his side, I should be able to just outrun him from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Where's it?
Yeah, you like this fight, TJ? If you want, you're welcome to pop in and join and chill with us in voice. That's fine. You don't have to, but you're welcome.
That's going to be important. Offense crit.
Yeah, Dartman says her special has a non-separatist droid, dark side droid revive clause, so that's why he didn't come up. Yeah, no worries, TJ. Catch up with you. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Only if it was good.
All right, I think we're going to run with this.
I like it. I like that Kron just fine.
Bin, Zori, Poros, Bin. I think he just
Good question,
burst
though.
down gas. Go ahead.
It's interesting. Like, for me, on the top row, I would switch Poe and Zori, and then on the bottom row, I would switch Finn and Rose. Cause I don't know. Like, I'm often selecting them. in this, whenever I'm using Finn on offense, right? I'm usually targeting them off. So I want them easily accessible. Maybe you're not targeting Finn as much. I don't know. You could switch him and Zori, but I think this is the way I'd run it myself.
Okay. Yeah, no, that all makes sense.
Please.
Not a lot of armor pen, but
Yeah, it's unforgiving if not able to control gap. It's to get a lot of backslaps on you. Problem. So long as you use Rose, used her basic to give everybody tenacity up before he. As long as everybody's got tenacity up before he stands up, you'll avoid the worst, right?
there's no point in swapping because everyone's got TM, so just rally, I think.
I like actually middle to, I don't know, probably either Zori or Poe, but you're trying to start pinging off each other and use the rally to I thought you're trying to save rally ideally, like if you're able to pop him down and then you're using rally all in on 5s, right? So it's middle
yeah.
to either, I don't know who's better, Zori or Finn, maybe Zori.
Okay, there we go.
All in now, ready to go. You can also do the trade back to Poe. See, you can double on that. You're swapping turn meter. You can just kick the shit out of that third now and bless somebody else with inspired, Ori, whoever. Fine. You've already got your tenacity up, it looks like, so you do whatever you like there. I don't. Yep, like that. That's looking like a kill. Boom on Rex. Oh yeah, you're manhandling. Yeah, we might not get them all on the first shot, but that's what the tenacity of. Try and finish the fight with a rally. Yeah, that's picture perfect.
That was wow. Okay, that wasn't even difficult.
That was nicely done, man. Yeah, the 25% turn meter made a big difference. So,
all right. I am hoping that this is the job that I think it is. Yes. All right.
Okay. Yep. Jabba Nest, Smuggler, Jabba. Empire in the chat asks, could Mandalorians be an option for this gas team? Or is Relic 9 501st a whole nother monster to fight? Usually, so I like Gar ISC personally. I don't think you need more than that. It's about the tenacity to not get dazed. That's the death sentence. So I know other people use Malgar ISC, but I don't know that helps you get around the essential problem. Like, I guess Maul's leadership would dispel the healthiest Mandalorian allies. So if one of them got locked down, you could feasibly get out of the daze if Maul is the lead. But I don't care for the feel of it. The fight is just a gorgeous lock of a Max Banner fight if you've got the tenacity. And if you haven't invested the tenacity in the Gar ISC by now, you really should, because that stood up. That stood up the test of time. Tenacity is available on one Datacron set or the other more often than not. So, between a good set of mods and a reasonable Datacron, you can just maintain that threat in your back pocket. I think just Gar ISC alone. And that doesn't require that they need to be like Relic 9 or anything. And I feel like comfortably you'd be able to not risk getting one shot at double Relic 7, something like that. If they were all like a Relic 9 gas team, something like that. That's what I'm saying. Those new clone Datacrons look like they might shut it down for a few months. I'm not going to lie to you, Darkman. I'm not going to pretend like I've committed those level 6s to memory yet. So you may well be right. Yes, Empire. So load up Gar and ISC on tenacity. I got them some tenacity, but not 6 dot tenacity yet on my plan. Yeah, they want a robust tenacity set because the idea is that you need to just not get dazed. You need to not get dazed. That's the way you lose. So, but if you haven't checked them out yet, you can check them out on my profile to see just an idea. I think I did them both in offense and tenacity. Many players go full 6 tenacity, mods on both characters to just max that out. Like, I'm not able to touch as high of a number as they can, but that's why I make sure I get a Datacron that's all that much little better. Like, let's say I'm leaving something like 20 or so % tenacity on the table by not rocking full tenacity sets, maybe 40%. That means my Datacron just needs to be that much better, and I've covered the difference. That's kind of the fun. Link says, such a basic question, but what are some good teams Mandalorians beat? That's something that do you have insight, Link? Because that's something that you should look up by your division. That's a great question, but the answer should be tailored to where you're playing. Like, your account's in Chromium. It's not going to help you to know how much or how little you could take on, like, from what I'm used to in Kyber 1. But if you don't have insight, we got to see if we can't find help you find your way into a guild that could give it to you on the gift pass, the guild pass. So what are you thinking here, boss?
So we're gonna do Night Sisters versus Ahsoka. That's the next one.
Love it.
I know I have to do. So
just did this earlier today. Let me think if I can remember any. No. Yeah. Who do you intend to bless?
So I'm blessing Spirit.
I've seen it done both ways, and I think I just generically prefer it better with Spirit getting blessed, so I'm down with that.
Okay. And then I assume Doom Syndulla first, and then just go around from the force.
I did Syndulla. I would do Syndulla, Padawan Sabine, Hu Yang, Quad, and your girl.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome, Empire. Happy to help, man. Yeah, check that out. Check that out for sure. We just wrapped up this last conquest, so you're not able to farm new Datacrons, but if you've got reroll materials, hopefully you can tailor yourself up some good tenacity cron. And for the same reason, opposingly, for your own gas team, if you want to put it on defense, light side, bulk level 3, high potency on the stat if you're inclined to set it against people who know about that counter, know how to use it. The floor is yours, man. Sorry. Appreciate you being so indulgent with me keeping pace with the chat.
You're good. You're good. All right. There shouldn't be anything difficult here, so we'll just run it.
Yeah, the more I see this, the more effortless it looks every time. I really am eager to try this against the real deal with Ezra on it, you know? I would just use middle and call Spirit. I don't think there's a much reason to overthink it. Like, yes, I know you're stuck on her, but not sweating it. Kept special so that you get the call and go.
Boom.
Next customer. I would just you could do the third to start stacking armor shred. You know, because she's not the blessed one, right?
No, she's not.
Yeah. So it doesn't need. Boom, gone. Gonzo. Never gonna see him again. Well, boy. Wow, that was a huge hit out of your GTP. How you having modded?
I did a full remod and all that. I sped him and Night Trooper up, and then threw a little bit more offense on him.
Is he offense set
I don't
damage set? How'd you configure him initially?
I think it went offense set.
I'm sure there's no wrong way to go. I would focus and finish when you just did that AoE. There you go. Still beat him to his next turn. And do you have that Omicron on, Morgan?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Getting your armor shreds up. How the hell does Spirit hit so hard? Spirit never did that when I played. Feathers, like, this Great Mother's team is something else. Like, finally gave a real home to Spirit, and Spirit's kit thrives under this leadership. You're talking about, you've got just stats out the wazoo from both the leader and from Morgan being handed out. You've got another 35% health and protection from DTP's unique. Also crit chance, like, so the crit chance burden is so eased for her. There's offense up, there's just craziness. Team is really, really, really good. Love this team.
Do I just go ahead and auto here?
I'm kind of thinking you can, because you're not really changing anything, and we're just cycling turns, so it's I would put it on auto, yeah.
Give me one kill.
Yeah, if you want to save something, you think you got a killing blow coming up, there you go. Now I don't see a reason to hold off. Okay, Vin says, something I really don't love. 5 focused datacrons instead of 4, and you can only get 4 at all. Is that so? So wait a minute. My understanding is that this new Temple Guardian, the Spokecron, is also a focused, and you're saying that counts against the cap that they initially said when focused datacrons were introduced, that you could have not greater than 4. So you're saying there's actually 5 and you get to pick which 4? You won't actually be able to take them all this time if you pick up Temple Guardian. That seems whack. That seems like that should be excluded from the limit. Yeah, Link, you won't regret. Won't regret Gas. You won't regret Great Mothers. Amazing teams. All right. What are you feeling for this one? We doing that Lord Vader Bane thing?
Thinking about it, or either that or just doing a full mirror. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot less attempts on the full mirror than there's the Bane.
I think, like any mirror, if you bothered to check, if your guys are just faster. And he who strikes first strikes best, generally, in a mirror.
340. 365. Okay, I think he might have me on speed here. Yeah, probably. Because I think his disguise is faster, Apple's faster. Yeah.
I don't know how much it matters that every last one of them has to be faster, but you understand the point about just...
Yeah. I had... Where is it? Is it this one?
What do you want to sort by, stat-wise? Maybe that helps.
So I think this is the one because it has the 40 health, 100 crit.
Okay.
Unless...
Yeah. Beastly
I don't know
stats,
if I have
to be sure.
Yeah, because the other option would be that buffs that I didn't use.
You had an Apocron, and were you otherwise using it somewhere? Curious. Boy, is that a badass.
Is that just better? Yes.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Like, the other one had more health, but you're not there to play huggy kissy face, wait them out. You're there to just kick the shit out of them.
Right. And Bane is physical too.
Yes.
So it's a lot less crit, but we get the 200 armor pen.
It's true. Yeah, you are giving them a damaging stat that they're not otherwise accruing for themselves.
All right.
I really like armor penetration for.
And then we open with obviously cooldown reset on Bane.
Yep.
I don't think there's. Oh, question is, we kill Apo first?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we would kill Apo first. Mm-hmm. But I think the way it's going to go is Bane third, Lord Vader crush, Bane middle, and very likely Apo is gone.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it.
Vin says, don't know for sure. Can also be CG's weird writing, but the news feed states focus datacron totals 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. Yeah,
that's
5.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, that met expectations. I look away for a second and, it's already
Okay.
something. Yeah, so fun part about that is that while they were all above, what was it, 80% health, they can't be crit. So that's where your armor penetration just did you so much work, right?
The question is, do I kill the sides? Or I might not need to.
You will. Will.
Yeah.
Like, will. I would focus them when you can. There's no good that comes of them being allowed to live. Yeah, I mean, this stuff should... Yeah, Vin, I'm hoping it's not limited in the way that you suggest. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do it that way. They're punishing whales and krakens. Like, feel it. I do like you using basic with Bane on Lord Vader because I do believe the offense reduction works on him. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
That Scorch is a thick lad. There we go. Finally breaking through.
I think we'll get CX here. Nope.
Close. Oh, the crush ought to do it. Yeah, I think he's going to... Ooh, there he just got cleansed. I think you can get at him there, maybe? Nice. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get... What's so special about this comp in particular? Well, it's just... Bane is strong, but like using Sith Eternal versus Lord Vader is classically a pretty poor idea, especially since with this Lord Vader clones team, they do, I want to say, when Appo's condition is fulfilled to give out the Coruscant Commander buff, that buff gives them all immunity to instant defeat. So Sith Eternal's big gimmick is shut off right there, whereas Lord Vader is a Sith, and you could have him be the leader to Bane and do exactly what you're seeing right here. And it is very expensive. It's also just absolutely certain to work. This did not feel in any way at any time dangerous. It was just a matter of ramping, right?
Yeah. So I wonder what the losses are from then. Maybe just wrong opening. Maybe if you don't open cooldown, you get hit.
Having not looked at it much myself, my guess would be is disparity. Either relics or Kron. If you can't get too ambitious, right? You can't be relic 7 everything, fighting relic 9 everything, and thinking that you're going to generally pan out. But yes, Link, this is a pretty overwhelming counter to that Lord Vader team, because as Vestara already said, he could have attempted the full Lord Vader clones mirror. Obviously, if you're successful with, rule of 2 Sith, you can't beat that for banners. And so you saw that happen, but now he is down effectively 2 offensive teams to be completely smooth through that one. That's the trade. So what you thinking next? Here, I got to kick the music back up.
So QA should take care of this Jabba very cleanly. JML versus Omega, and then so I still have Sith Eternal. It's just the Traya is the question right now. What am I doing against the Traya?
Okay. How does Reva do against Traya? Is that a thing? I mean, you can't obviously keep them. But I was just thinking about torture into explosion. Anyway, scroll on down. We'll take a look. So, yeah, you were thinking. Malgus. Doesn't Malgus take down Fugitive Omega in France?
I've never actually. That might be an idea.
It would be because I'm thinking I'd like to free up your JML, right? And then you can rotate things around where if you wanted, you could do JML versus Malgus and then do C versus this, right?
Yes.
See what I'm saying there? Yeah.
So I'm fine with doing C here. I just have to figure out what would the sides.
C armor.
Well,
GBA,
I don't
something
have
like that.
armor, so probably it would be set GBA I can do, but I don't have the armor.
Okay, so maybe set GBA and another Sith if you're worried about it. It depends on how worried you're about. Because here's the problem at the end of the day. Talon can whoop your ass in a duel if you're not, well equipped. So you are Relic 9. I'm assuming you're going to take a big health run in. Usually you've got either tank tech or armor to boost you. Having neither, the only substitute I feel then is to have more sacrificial Sith. So that's the question. You can do C set GBA plus X number of Sith as you see fit that you're able to trade away banners. Vin says, my guess would be the Temple Guard one will be the bespoke one. Yeah, I think that one's pretty clearly going to be, yeah. Like those for Hunter Oppo, but I never saw that they called those FTCs. Well, it has all the way up to 15, right? It has the full, dividing lines all the way up to level 15, I think. Not 100%, wouldn't stake my life on it, but I think that's what I saw earlier. And if that's the case, sounds like a Focus Statertron to me.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, that one's pretty solid. The turn meter isn't bad. I wish it would be better if it was a Sith level, like the next one over. It would be better because it doesn't have the buffs up level 3 that I want. But that's kind of what I was thinking, is between like a high health stat and then the extra 15% health and the evasion and stuff from the other level 3. I don't mind that one that you just had, though. The one that the staff front. That's okay by me. So yeah, that's too little health. Because the health up is only worth 15% max up.
Yeah, so bonus 35. No, this is just better.
Yeah, but the other one that you had, like that level 3 doesn't mean anything. Right, the max health damage level 3. Whereas at least you would have turn meter working for you if because you don't have any shielding from Watt or from armor. So you need to not have this fight go on any longer than it has to, because you don't have the durability to trade like.
Mm-hmm. How bad is this going to get?
I wouldn't blame you if you took another Sith. I wouldn't blame you. It's all about what you think you need to get through. Because rest assured, like, people are going to die if Darth Vader gets around to Merciless Massacre, right? Let alone Nihilus.
There really no other options?
Yeah, Vin. So, yeah, I think you're right that there are going to be, a total of 5 of these, and I think all 5 should be attainable. I don't know how they want to justify that, but it'd be crazy to me if they were like, well, we're willing to sell you 5, but just kidding, for arbitrarily stupid reasons, we're only willing to sell you 4 at this time. Aha! Don't see it. Sorry. You're about to ask something.
No, I'm just trying to think if there actually is anything else that I can do. Does Gungans do anything against this? I don't think so.
I'd have to scout it. I doubt it.
Riva doesn't seem to do anything. Nope, that's no good.
Like
GMos
Malgus for
doesn't
it.
sound good.
I guess Queen would slaughter it, I imagine. What are they going to do? Isolate your decoy? Granted, your mass assist will hurt you, but you decide when you want to use that.
Well, so Malgus, the issue is this is against non-Darth Vader comps. So like a standard Scion Nihilus.
Do you have another
Malgus works
tanky
fine.
Sith? Or tell you what, do you have Shore Trooper? Shore Trooper could give crit immunity.
Where the heck is he? He's a trooper.
Go. He's Empire. Imperial Trooper. So you could do that. I mean, I still think your call here is between something like Shore Trooper and another Sith. Ideally, a tanky Sith. Because you don't want them to, with an AoE, effortlessly kill multiple Sith, right? Now, you do still have Malgus. I didn't know that you had Malgus. Malgus, I guess, Malgus Malak could be your duo solution to Finn team. I prefer you to not use those.
Yeah, I think I had him slotted for Finn.
Perfect. Yeah, just the two of them will do the job.
Yeah, okay.
Your call, boss.
We're gonna bleed a lot, but
Yes.
it is what it is.
Yes. Yeah, I know you don't want to reveal whatever you've done in the back, and I wouldn't want you to. Oh wait, no, he already opened up your back wall, that's right.
Yeah.
But you don't have armor or watt for this, and I would say if you expect to fight like this matchup in the future, I do recommend maybe having one or the other.
Yeah.
Nothing to regret here. I think you're gonna work, but you're right. You're gonna bleed like a stuck pig, and that's fair. That's the price.
Okay.
Blair Boot says, "Where has all this nonsense about FDC limits come from? It's come from Vin, and I was biting on it hook, line, and sinker. There's nothing in game that says you can have max of 4. It's 1 bespoke from the event and 4 from episode store next week." Yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting you can have them all. Anything else would just be goof. Hilarious goof. I actually like your choice, Link Darth Vader.
I would just think for this, what's happening right now is every one of these is going to be a.
I think that's smart. I think before you go to transform, it would be. I guess you don't. We'll do it later. Because I prefer Traya to be gone first, but you know what? I'm not so mad. And look at this. You still got set by the time this. Boy, did we do right to bring every damn thing. All right, everybody, be real cool.
Chill out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just do the Zappy Pappy. Yep. And yeah, you're gonna want to relink those two. Yes, and then fight Talon. So here's the thing. Yeah, Talon, it would be great if we can hit her whenever we can. Spread out the lightning over as many targets as possible. And whenever possible, hit Talon. There it is.
They should be it. Okay. 52.
Did we not make it?
Yeah. All right.
Are you not entertained?
So 13, but that's still not the equivalent of a full drop, so we're good. This one should be a fun, easy one. Queen. It's Galactic Republic. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. And
So it's not disadvantageous that a few of them are having 25% turn meter, right? 4 of them are getting 25% turn meter, and you are running that 21 cross. So there's no issue with that. You've done this before.
I did it last round, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Don't let me tell you you're wrong. I'm just asking.
Let's see. What did I end up doing?
Okay, Flare Boot. So yeah, if this is all known, then I'm expecting that my suspicions are correct. Then there should be no prohibition against you picking up all of the new focus datacrons, bespoke or not.
So when I did it, it did not have the 25%. So I actually... The thing is, we get to mass first either way, because we Queen gets to go first.
Well, Queen gets 100% turn meter off rip anyway, so she's going to be ahead of absolutely everybody else.
Yeah. And/or 1, 2, 3, and skiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it looks like the 25% doesn't matter at all.
Okay, great.
So I think what was the one that I had?
Oh, that was it.
Oh no, this one.
Okay, this is a good one too. I like it just fine.
All right, so there's that. We open up. Well, yeah.
Oh, you're right, Flare. I was mixing her thing. She gets 50%. Aphra gets 100%. Yeah, she is ahead of everybody, but not that much ahead. Fair point.
I think I dispel here. Otherwise,
I do
we don't
think you
hit.
do, yeah, because it lands debuffs, right? The attack can't be evaded, and this is what enables you to hit them.
Yeah. Stop.
Gold stuff, I like that. Okay.
Wow, that was a hit.
Way? I think you can pass this. Is that right? All right.
Give me one more. Nope. Why? Oh, it's the prepared. Shoot, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Solid. Grandmaster's staying on this team. Love that, by the way. Love these.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll
There
be
we
enough out of you, lady. Sit down.
Okay. And then, so what do we still got?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Got a Mega. GML should work nicely there.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. That brings us back to this. What about Riva against FOmega? And then you have JML for Malgus? Or do you have a different way that you'd like to go about that?
Okay. No, so normally I do JML on Omega just because that's just how I know the fight. But is a Riva's good in this fight?
Yeah, you don't get to shut everything off the same way as if you're taking a JML. I mean, you can check the win rate on. I would expect that it would work, is my suspicion. All depends on how good the setup is. Like, I didn't see, did they have Crosshair or Atchircron? What are they?
Crosshair Cron, I'm built properly.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice team. Yeah, I mean, I can check this.
Does Malgus beat it?
Yeah, I was
Or
saying
did
that
he?
earlier, right? That was a full Malgus team. Yep, you can do it.
Yeah.
He's got the Omicron as well.
Yes.
Both of them, right?
One and yep, both of them.
Okay, so JML's good. Gungans is not. What do you got? Reva's 66% on 3. So what does that mean? 65. 51. So 65 with high health and protection. Set 21. So just bulk out. That looks pretty good. Yeah, if you don't come with enough bulk, you might not make it. So that's what it looks like. You could be successful with set 20 as well, but it looks much rougher than just bulking out with set 20. Great Mothers, do it. Oh. Balin's here. Yep, Malgus, of course, 64. That's about it.
So here what I've got: JML versus Malgus, Gungans versus Finn, or Riva versus Finn, and then Malgus versus Omega.
I feel like the thing versus Finn was what?
Gungans or Riva.
I know that Finn can be used to counter Gungans. I'm sure that you could probably competently play it and not have an issue. I haven't done that fight though, Gungans versus Finn. I know that you can two-man Finn story of pretty much any configuration with Malgus, and then you could rotate Viva over to Fugitive Omega. And if you've got set 21 Crom with some bulk on it, it looks like it's
Does the well, I guess I don't really need to two-man it, but does JTR do anything versus Malgus Malik?
What, in the Finn team?
Yeah.
If she gets inspired a ton, you might not be able to land the dunk, but you'd be able to land the drain. If you want to use more than just the 2 Sith and feel more secure in that, you can. That's fine.
OR19.
So yeah, stats are nice on a set 21, it looked like. I imagine crit damage or armor penetration would be welcome as well. But you are looking for bulk in this team as the primary concern. Health or protection matter too. That one looks like it could work. Don't mind that one either. You inflict a ton of debuffs, so that's free money.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be one of these 3 buffs or debuffs.
What was that first one? Yeah, I mean, both are good. I think this one has the most everything, right? Because what it doesn't have in terms of straight damage on the stats, that's what the level 3's for, Jack. What do you think? What do you think?
I've just never done this one, so I'm just trying to think out.
The idea is you're gonna melt the same way you play the fight normally. You're trying to just do as much damage to all the sides as possible. You're trying to kick off a successive chain of captive from you getting them all too low. So I understand if you've only ever done this with JML, I've done this with only a couple other things than JMail. I like JMail just fine, so I'm right there with you. But I think this is going to work just fine because if we hit them hard enough, they're not really going to be able to do too much from being ability blocked off rip, right? They're just, ideally we're just going to loop. So I think you're going to torture first so that you're buffed up, right? And then hit them with all the AoE.
Okay.
Now, Vin says that Malgus has a better percentage against Bad Batch than Reva. Yeah, there's only a few fights. I just looked it up myself, though. That's just from a lack of data set more than it being bad. So, if it's me, I would feel comfortable using either one, the first two Datacrons. But I like the first one better.
And then, so Torturer first, we're going to hit... do we have to hit Wrecker first?
I think we have to hit Wrecker. I think what's important is, regardless of who you'd prefer to torture, we're getting buffed up before we attempt to go and melt everybody on the side.
That looks
bad. Asher says, I just saw the data mine, so we can't do tier 5 and above without Windu for the new era battle. That's fun. Unsurprising, though, right? I mean... Counterpoint. Nightfall. So what do you think? If you're not comfortable doing this one, we can do whatever you feel is next best. But what I was thinking was, this felt like the best fit because where else would you prefer to be using Reva? And your idea to use Gungans versus Finn, it may well work. I just worry for you. Now you could do Gungans or you could do Reva versus Finn Zori too, because what is it? Should Zori get a turn, she's going to dispel, she's going to death mark herself, and then you send her into non-existent.
Oh, I have Saw. Why am I not using Saw?
Oh, yeah.
Does Saw do anything here?
I don't know. I'd have to check that. I don't think I saw it in the data, this one, right? I don't think I saw Saw.
So what does that open up, though?
I don't know how well Finn Zori fares against Saw. You know? Like, those bombs from Saw will be landing. And then all of that, Zori evading you, that's all done. None of that.
And then, well, I don't think Saw works against Malgus.
Yeah,
because they have the percent health. Nothing for this one.
Personally, unless you feel like you're generally lacking damage on your Inquisitors, I think you're gonna do okay here. The fact that there's only 3 fights fighting like Relic 7 and above version of this team, yeah, I think you'll be okay.
Okay, we will try it.
You didn't have any other plan for Reva, right?
No, because I just have these 3 fights, so it's basically 5 teams across 3 people, and just how to place them.
Yep, I understand. You take your time. I'm not looking to rush you. So if you feel like you'd be more comfortable with a different rotation, I can understand.
Yeah, alright, we'll just try this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, right Datacron.
Wouldn't Phoenix walk over Finn Zori? I have to check. I'm usually thinking about correct tied up elsewhere.
Alright, so we have to torture here.
I think that's the best call, yeah. You do the middle, that's okay. I don't hate that. We're just trying to get around and start doing our AoEs, right? I think we would do your AoE here, I guess. I think that if you have the Omicron on that third, then it's going to reduce all of your cooldowns, so you may want to save that for after you do all the other AoEs. You could lead with Armor Shred here. Yeah. Now we do all the AoE magic. Up, 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 up. This guy's almost captive immediately. Is that right? Let's see. I would do the third. Do what? Not to Reva, because she is. Well, I mean, whatever. Everybody gets foresight, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Do it to GI, but I think having the foresight out is what's helpful. Now we can third with confidence. I don't think you can target anyone. Yeah, yep. Send him home, my friend. Third there. Keep up the pressure. Get stunned. Yep. Kick the shit out of him. Ideally, when Crosshair reveals himself, he would be priority number 1, but take them all down in kind. Heart's not great. Not that. Okay. Oh, look who revealed himself. Chop him up. Hit him real quick, like. Coming for you. Coming for you. Don't care. Damn. Third. Yeah, middle. 7th. What are you doing, 7th? Come on. That's rough, buddy. Okay. I think you're gonna get through. It's just gonna be 4 banners. A lot of follow through. Feel like you got to do it, yeah. I think survivability was the right idea. And you have an all relic 18 fighting an all relic 9, so there is that difference. Get it. Heal up 7. Fair hitter. Alright, fine. Viva can handle this. The bleed, though, does add up. Okay. That's 1 drop. How many is Rain's head?
1.
Okay.
But yeah, we lost it with the seed match.
You lost, yeah, lost a lot of banners there.
What was I doing here? Jedi.
Did we? Yeah, Vin says you could have used the original Night Sisters on Finn. That's true. I don't, do you have a good Marin and all that?
Yeah, but I mean I have Saw, so I don't need to go light on it.
Yeah, I mean Night Sisters is still pretty reliable 65 for me. Might take a little time, but yes, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. I haven't done Saw versus Finn, but I can't imagine why it's going to give you an issue.
2 plus 3, 55. Okay. So down 4.
What are you looking up here?
Trying to figure out what the cheapest I can do for this. To see if I can do it with 4 or 3, but I probably can't.
No, I wouldn't do it with less than 5.
There it is. Hoda.
Yeah, I think it might be convenient for you to switch also a Hoda and Big Hail. That way, if you go to call coin, it's so much easier to target him in spot 4.
Okay.
I assume you know your fight here?
Who do I want? I want this one.
I'm usually going after her. It would either be her or HK, right? Ron, so not mad either way.
I want that. Oh, that doesn't matter.
I'll just
been a
reduce
while.
max health.
This. Who am I going to?
I would go after yeah, either her or HK. Like all that. I would yeah, that's fine. Yes, Jason Bonnie asked, doesn't HK break the Sith synergy? Yes, it does. It does fulfill the part of the kit that wants all Sith Empire, but for the bonuses that require all Sith, yeah, you leave those on the table. And that is quite a bit. A lot of survivability, I want to say. You're at the part where you can just spam coin to Hoda, do as much Hoda stuff as possible. Yeah, with AML, alright, yeah. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Alright. What's your poison for this one? For those of you just getting back from ads, everything worked out. 63 banners, no big issues. JML versus Malgus. Just we're gonna see how this one's gonna go.
Blow them up. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the underlying theory, right? Like they take a whole bunch of turns, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna work. But you figure the more turns they take, the more bombs they tick off. Yeah, that'll be enough out of you. Close fight then.
Just no.
I like that just fine. I don't mind.
This one. I want.
The third is the cleanse. Yep. Boom. Dropping the hammers. Hey, we've got Ranger rating in with 7 viewers. How's it going, folks? Welcome, welcome. I had an Aurodium opponent tonight. I am back in the top bracket of Kyber 1, but Aurodium opponent nevertheless. So, fortunately, got one of my patrons here, Vestara Khai. He's got a matchup here in the top 50 of Kyber 1, and that's quite a bit more entertaining. I'm sure you'd all agree. How'd it go over there for you guys?
Lost one.
Yes, So, one last fight, right? The cleanup. Okay.
Yep.
So you want to do the napkin? Hold on. Let me bust out my calculator. All right. So he's got 888 with the whole top zone to go, right? The entire top zone. And that's it for squads.
Yes.
So 888, and it's what, 260?
I thought it was 240. 240.
Plus 240. Plus 65, plus 65, plus 65, plus 65. So assume he gets 465. So he gets a 1388. All right, and then that's what's the back zone bonus for the back zone that you need to clear? It's 210, right?
210.
Of a 24 minus 210. So you would need to get a 54 to tie that, right?
Mm-hmm. I think 47 is probably the best you can do if that's is that like solo? Yeah. So 45 is probably the more realistic.
Yeah. So we're hoping for a little bit of banner bleed up top for sure.
Yeah.
He was expensive.
Where is he?
Well, I think I would, if you're not going to go for Wampa, I would just Malgus Malik. I can't imagine. Like there's no what's his name. There's no. You took out Crosshair, took out the lead. These are just two assholes alone in the dark. What you think?
I was wondering if Wampa would actually work, but I don't.
If you don't want to risk it, I respect that.
Yeah.
I do.
Dark side. Health. Like this should be a dunk.
I agree. Literally. Dunk. Let me get this calculator.
2.
But how'd everything go over there, Ranger? Any of you raiders, feel free to tell me too. Sometimes the first thing I do after I raid is run to the bathroom. Maybe that's the case. Our dear friend. Hey, Ray Rock. Good hump day evening, Tasnick. Same back at you. We're having a good time over here. Doing TV? Yeah, I did Dark Side before I started stream here. I'll wrap up the rest of it later. Bye, dog. All right. Okay, and whatever will be for him on squads.
Okay. Now, so this, I ran into this comp last round.
Yeah.
But it was a little harder because he had Leviathan and Exec. I don't think it matters if you're doing Leviathan into Executor. Because it's just not as strong as the triple attacker.
Yeah,
and it's not even as strong as
quite as dangerous. I think what they're hedging on is, I wonder if they've set it up for Xanadu Blood to come in first. Because I think that might be a little scary with the Retribution and then 4 attackers on deck if you haven't killed anybody by then. See where I'm coming from? But aside from that, I think that's about it.
So, select.
Yeah, Link, you spent 10 minutes fighting Hondo on Felucia. Yeah, that could take some time. Personally, I like Sass, Palps, and Mark 6 if you can afford them, but I don't know if you need 3. At minimum, I really am a fan of Palps and Mark 6 though, because very often with an Executor triple attacker, your Fury, I'm sure you'll notice, your Fury will hanging on by a thread. So it's kind of nice to be able to bring in Palps, use his middle to heal him up and stabilize. And that usually, if you're going to keep Fury for the whole fight, that's usually why. And then, of course, Mark 6 after that. And then, like, I don't know that it'll happen in this case, but it has happened to me very rarely doing Leviathan against Executor, where I end up losing a ship, and I've already brought out Palps and Mark 6, so it has rarely been useful to have a third ship, in which case, for me, it would usually be SAS. And that's why I say SAS. So not used in the vast majority of circles. Yeah. That's my full thoughts on it.
This is a normal triple attacker. I would just take just SAS. But
just SAS, not even Mark 6, really.
Yeah, because the Mark 6 is just to kill Houndstooth, but by the time you get to you don't need the Houndstooth. Or you don't need the Mark 6.
Okay.
So
Old man. Yeah, so if you're accustomed to doing it that way, that makes sense, because you would be, holding Profundity Mark 6 to take on their Leviathan then.
Yeah.
So how you feeling then?
So he's got 3 reinforcements,
Yes.
which almost certainly means that Houndstooth is coming out first. Because it's got higher priority than everything else.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So the opening is going to be normal opening. When do they...
Yeah, you'll just hold off on using your AoEs from High Dagger and B28 until their initial tenacity up is fallen.
Yeah.
Do a basic. And remember that
Slave
High Dagger
one-
is generally able to ignore taunt.
Slave 1 doesn't taunt when it starts, right?
Correct.
No.
It only ever taunts as a reinforcement, so that will not be taunting at all. Wise, I think probably technically Punishing 1 is still the higher priority ship to kill, if I had to guess. But I can understand why you'd want to put Boba down before contract gets met. Yeah. Don't want to deal with those mines.
Yeah. But it won't stop us from getting to P1, so...
Right, he will not. He will offer no impediment. Omafet says, I save EP shuttle to use with Tarkin versus Profundity. I can see that. That makes sense. I usually... okay, wow. Doing Tarkin, but that's really... I think it's worth considering that on the turn, on that first turn with Fury, where you might usually do the middle to heal up, you might do the mass assist instead. Try and kill somebody. My guess is, if that is going to work, it's going to work against Boba and not Punishing 1. I think Punishing 1 might be a little tough for that. But I'll leave that up to you. Just sharing all my thoughts freely. Now, how you doing? We've been doing a good run here. Do you need to take a break? You need to grab a drink? Anything?
No, I'm just got this last fleet, so I'm ready to hit the home stretch. But if you need a break, we can take one.
No. I just wanted to offer. Go ahead.
Yeah. I always see the SAS TM stuff as like an insurance to get to the ult faster.
Yes, yeah, if you're taking people under full health with it to trigger the turn meter gain, I'm into it. I don't hate that at all. I told you the reasons I like Palps. I'm not saying that that's always better than SAS. I found that I personally just haven't been that much impressed with SAS. SAS, I feel, is very fragile. Dies so quickly. Palpatine can do the heal, then on a subsequent turn, if it looks like the timing is right, like B28's the healthiest one, then I can use third from Palps to force taunt, you know? Now, you know that there's a Houndstooth on this team. And even though I agree, in the long run, you don't need Mark 6 to actually win the fight. You're able to wear through him after you've ultimated and everything. You would have to have nothing go wrong, right? Because if anything did go wrong, boy, would you miss having Mark 6. Especially considering you have no Profundity to fight, how much advantage is there to leave it on the bench for this particular one?
It's in this situation, the one banner's a lot.
Okay, this is good. I'm throwing all this at you so you feel that you have your own answer you're good with, huh? So yeah, wishing you all the best.
But it doesn't matter if it doesn't.
Yeah, you were saying, yeah, exactly. If you weren't gonna need second ship at all, then I probably wouldn't bother bringing in Pal second.
Well, all right. This is what I'm used to. This is what we'll run.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm usually putting that third on our tank so that we have breach immunity.
Oh, that's an interest. Oh,
There's your opportunity to third, right, for a kill, or near thereabouts. Maybe we get it with the reinforcement here. No taunt to stop you. No one to gainsay you. You can do your AoEs with impunity.
Okay, good. And then you can do.
Technically, Bob is already under 100%, so yes, you'd have to hit him to have any chance of getting that.
Okay. At this point,
there's only one ship that can get hit with it, but that's okay. I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you hurry up, you'll have plenty of time to grind your way through Houndstooth. June Kessel. It's like listening to Socrates debate Aristotle about whether hemlock is poisonous. I mean, if you're a fan of the stream, June, you know. I spent a lot of time hemming and hawing over small details. Sorry, you were saying, man?
No, that's the fun part.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on, don't do it.
Critical choice, I think, that you not do the AoE dagger. Good choice. I think the fear is still bugged, right? It looks like they're all feared, but here they are taking free move. But yeah. stuff. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Oh well. All right. And this one. Justice Classic, the Noestis.
And get Giga dodged. I don't know what I was expecting.
Oh my god.
Big swing right into that foresight, yeah? Who among us has not done this? I like that move better, yes.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Right.
76. Give me the 77.
Give it.
Nope, it didn't. Oh well. All right, and Negotiator.
Yep, solid. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I've really enjoyed using the Marauder instead of Y-Wing in recent months. I know the results are rough.
That would be a nice. That is sounds like a nice combination of the two different variants.
It is. It is. You should try it sometime. I didn't want to say anything until you already kicked off because I really know at the end of the day it doesn't. If, I would dispel the crit immunity. Yeah. Get your taunt up, all in.
Can I?
Do that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Disgusting. Ooh, see, wait.
I think I have to do this.
Yeah, call in Plo. Yes, because that's your heal. Then you do middle and you boost, and I think you're still gonna kill him for the reinforcement. Yeah, beautifully done.
Oh, cool. All right, one extra banner on that.
Great job.
1821.
1821. One drop. Solid score. And I know we got to do the payout here. So yes, the one or less gets it. Beautifully done there. And let's check up top. Did Reigns make any other moves?
No, nothing moved.
Not this time. So yeah, the margins are pretty tight on squad. Hopefully you can get a little tax. And, shoot me a DM when you find out how the round ends. And I'll notify everybody on Discord. That's it.
Sounds good.
All right, you want to review your attacks here before we get ready to close out?
Just go over what I use where.
If it's comfortable, if you have it easy, I don't want you sitting there racking your brain if you happen to make it.
Oh no. Well, banner wise, I'm not 100%.
You don't need to rattle that off. That's some.
Okay.
You're fine.
For the bottom, we did JMK versus Aphra. Then we did Leia versus Rey Ezra with Sortie. Cere Maul Malgus versus Saw, and then Finzori against Gas, all for one-shots. Then in the back, we did Riva to start on Omega. That was a drop, and then we cleaned up with just Malgus Malik. Traya, we did C with a whole bunch of tanks, and then QA versus Jabba. Then up top, we ended up going LV Bane versus Lord Vader clones, Great Mother versus Ahsoka with Watts, JML versus Malgus, and then Resistance. Oh, Saw versus Resistance, and blew him out of the water. Then in the back, the fleets, we did Leviathans versus Exec triple attacker, then Negotiator versus Malevolence, and Profundity against Raddus, and that wrapped up the board.
Nice. Yeah, sorry the Inquisitor's run didn't pan out. That it looked promising at first. Yeah.
Yeah. The Batcher just gives it a little something different.
It is pretty spicy, and that was with the Crosshair Crown, let alone actually the Batcher Crown, which seems to be the more dangerous of the 2 and 5s, as far as I've heard. All right, before I go ahead and move to do our wrap-up, any other comments you want to share with the people? The floor is yours, Vestara. Thank you so much for making yourself available tonight and giving us something to watch. So, yeah, what do you got to say to the folks at home?
No, just thanks for having me and letting me play. I don't know. Just that's all.
Grace, thanks again for having you. So, gonna start with the normal wrap up then. Yeah, guys, if you want to find out how all this ends, you want to find out when I'm going live, you want to be in touch with all of the burning swugga questions in your heart, the place to find me is my Discord. There's the link for it. Of course, if you're watching us streaming here, then you already know I'm live on twitch.tv/Tassinix. I also simulcast now from my YouTube, Tassinix Gaming. If you haven't checked out my YouTube before, please do so, because if you're a Swugga fan, there's plenty of, particularly a GAC fan, there's great information over there for you. We've got the Datacron set guide videos on sets 20 and 21. I'll be making a new one on the just announced set 22. I record those with Aesop Rock, the historically the number one Grand Arena player in the world, fluctuating a little bit at the top. It's kind of exciting these days, but yes, he's one of the best to ever do it. I've got the Mod Guide videos on characters and factions you've asked about, the GAC Omicron tier list, the How to Mod Guide series, all that good stuff on over there, so check it out. Anything you enjoy, give it a like, hit subscribe if you want to see more. Really appreciate that. And I did forget to mention, it is a rebroadcasting point for my Grand Arena focused podcast, Plotting and Scheming. I make that with my friends Dagger, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal. We break down the last week of combat in the thereabouts of the top 100 of Kyber 1. We talk about how we dealt with the meta matchups of the week, our favorite attacks and defenses that we saw, the lessons learned for the week to come, and anything else we think that's worth sharing with you. So you can find that on YouTube, but it is native to Spotify. However, wherever you find an episode, check the description. There's a link you can use to plug into your preferred podcast program and follow us there. Aside from all that, if you want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty to support the stream, there are a few options for it. Hey, Jay Chung, no problem, man. Thanks for the stream. Hope it breaks your way. Over to you, Vestara. So, yeah, I'm sure he appreciates it, Jay. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. But anyways, as far as other ways to support the stream goes, first, I do have a Cash App. That is $Tassinix. I do have a PayPal, which is tassinix@gmail.com. I can type. And of course, if you want to get improved scouting power for your own Grand Arena, early access to some of my content, and a couple of other fringe benefits, you may want to check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/Tassinix. For any upwardly mobile Grand Arena player, there is something there of interest for you. At $5 a month, you enter the Task House at VIP access level, where you do get early access to the Plotting and Scheming podcast that's coming out to our general audience 8 a.m. on Friday mornings, but patrons get it as early as Tuesday night, within hours of us recording. I'll help you get that early edge on the first round of the week. In addition, early access to the Datacron set guide videos, and of course, dedicated text and voice chat on Discord, where you will usually find me lurking. So pop on in, say hi. Thank you so much to Andrew, Banja, Deadpool Cow 28, JJ's Productions Twitch, Joven45 27, Miasmo, Mus Ross, Rays Malbus, Sam Vimes, Sheepdog 47, Squed, Stark Strategy Gamer, Sweens 14, and White Wolf. Moving on up, the $10 a month tier is VIP Access Plus, where you get a bundled Patreon access to me and to your choice of either OmegaBot or Hot Utils Patreon. So OmegaBot was that tool that I showed at the start of the stream with all the different graphs on it. Its greatest benefit is giving you an at-a-glance sense of what your opponent's about offensively and defensively. In minutes, I can get the same understanding that I might need a half hour or an hour of just reading Swugga.gg. So can't say how much that tool kicks ass for being able to reduce your opponent down to something so easily read. Anybody can use OmegaBot to pull a report on their opponent's last week of history, but only patrons can build out a custom report with any number of weeks. You get a downloadable HTML version of it with links that you can use that take you right back into Swugga.gg or Insight, helping you further drill down on the specific questions you're interested in. But regardless, that's one path you could go. You can go with the OmegaBot, or you can go with Hot Utils Patreon, aka Chili, which is the #1 tool for your mass mod management and loadout creation. No other tool allows you to switch between your Grand Arena, TB, TW, JC mods so effortlessly. You can use it to remod your whole roster, the way TJ and Fatal do. You can slice through hundreds of mods in seconds, help your guild out in TW, whole bunch of little odds. No wrong way to go there at VIP Access Plus. Thank you to Dobby, Esh Sotnikam, Meow for Me, Bloon, Takes23501, Single Malt Jedi, Snack Attack, Striker, and Trouble Fingers. At $15 a month is VIP Access Premium, which is the Double Bot Bundle. So, Patreon access to me, OmegaBot, and Hot Utils, all under one price. I don't think you can find them cheaper a la carte out there. So that's why so many of my patrons say it is one of the best values in all of Swugga. Thank you so much to Argots, Arj, Big Ninja, Duckstab, Darth Link, Dark Hug, Frick Frack Paddywhack, General Milan, Ivanek, Johnny B. Ottawa, Kev, Mini GK, Pills, Wig, Solbag, Sir Boss, Sophis, Swamp Rat, Wilco, and Zoltre. And at the top of the list, in Jester's Club Elite, the one, the only Nomad's Reaper. This madman pops into chat from time to time, drops hundreds of subs, thousands of biddies just about every time he shows out, and he's done it many times over the years, so thank you so much, my man. Of course, we have our special thanks. First up to Yoda Force, one of my original supporters, bought me the mic I'm speaking to you on right now, and even though he has long since quit the game, we wish him well from the other side. To Mrs. T, my wife, thank you for all you do in the background, whether it's furnishing me with alcohol or coffee as the case may be, or just keeping our daughter from ripping the place apart brick by brick while I'm trying to be halfway decent at a phone game. And of course, to my co-hosts on Plotting and Scheming, Dagger, DJ, Sasha Aisha, and Fatal. As always, gentlemen, it's a pleasure and a privilege to record our show together on a weekly basis, despite your busy work and family schedules. We are more than 2 years into the show, and I still learn from you guys every week. Hopefully the feeling is occasionally mutual, but it's about our community. It's about the listeners. Lots of great questions, engagement, conversation around the show. I have you guys to thank for making the conversation as valuable as it is. Everybody who... Thank you guys so much. All right, moving back over to the main scene, we make ready to raid out. Who's it going to be? In category at this time, it's late enough. We gotta go show some love. Actually, let's see. I haven't raided. Have I raided into hers before? If I have, it's been a month of Sundays. I raided into Wolf recently. I would otherwise follow, send you on over to him, but Urs is a content creator who vastly precedes me in this game. I actually don't know the guy too well, so let's curry a little favor with a raid. How's that sound? Take a splash. Let me go ahead here and set up the YouTube raid as well. Wonder if he's on there. Jack Best is on. That's the gentleman who raided into me the other day from YouTube, so we will return him a favor in kind. All right. The YouTube and Twitch crowds are getting split up, but should be fun. Starting the raid on Twitch side. All right. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. This was a lot of fun. Very happy to have brought this match to you. And again, thank you so much to Vestara Khai for making this possible. I will update you all on Discord about how this ends and what I'm doing for round 2. But also, I have tomorrow off work, so I think I have another Patrons match that I'm going to cover for this same round tomorrow. Stay tuned for details on Discord. But until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.